Good morning, guys. We have to do this quickly because I have drama for you guys. Okay, so everything I'm going to talk about is always going to be the truth, and it's only going to be from my perspective, from like what I've experienced firsthand and not like he said, she said type. And everything I'm saying is not mean, it's literally just the truth. Just the tiniest bit of background information is I went to middle school with her, so like 6th grade to the first year of high school, and then she changed schools. Okay, so yesterday I went to Starbucks, and granted, this is the Starbucks 5 minutes from my school, and her school's 30 minutes away. And yes, there are other Starbucks like closer to her school. And while I'm walking through the parking lot, I pass this car, and all I hear is like hyena, like hysterical laughing coming out of the car. And I'm just like, you know your car isn't soundproof, like I can hear you. And I turn and look at the car, and that's when I see her. At this point, I don't really care. Her name's Lily because she posted a TikTok about me, but we'll get there later. But like all I hear coming out of this car is like laughing, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, look at her, ah, like screaming like that. So for real, if I didn't hear the laughing, I wouldn't even have known she was like in the parking lot because I don't know her car. So I get my cup of coffee from Starbucks and I leave to go back to my car. And while I'm in my car, I call my friend. Call my other friend. I'm like, do you want to go to Starbucks real quick and take a picture of my op? And mind you, this girl posts me like religiously on her private story, and I know this because so many people on her private story don't even like her, and they know me, and they're like, she said this about you. I can say that because they did send me the proof. So me and my friend went back to Starbucks, and we literally took a picture of her. Like, no joke, I just took a picture of her with flash on. Like, I didn't really care that much. So that's literally it. We go in, take a picture, leave. Like, we got Starbucks, obviously, but like that was it. So then that was that. I low-key like forgot about it. Like, it wasn't like that big of a deal anymore until her TikTok popped up on my For You page. Like, the sound she was lip syncing to like was like, hey stalker, like just, you know, I'm still gorgeous, or something like that. And then the caption on that TikTok was, if you're gonna make a post about me, you might as well tag me, which I thought was really ironic because she made that TikTok about me and didn't even tag me in it. So I was just like, let's not blow this like completely out of proportion. So I just reposted it. So I simply commented, if you're gonna make a full-blown TikTok about me, you might as well tag me. And one thing about Lily is she loves to start beef, but she can never finish it herself. So I got a response in the comments, and it was from a different girl who's like my ex-friend, and now they like talk about me all the time together. And she was just like, well, you didn't tag us when you posted us. And I was like, posted us? I've never posted you. And the thing about both of them is they change men more than they change their underwear. Like, they're with a different guy every month, like every week, like, and I've been with the same guy for 3 years. Like, hello? So I didn't like that she got involved in drama that wasn't her own drama because I didn't mention her name once. So I clapped back, and I'm just like, oh, since when were you involved? Why don't you go run back to? And then I listed a bunch of the guys she was with. Not to mention, I never unfollowed her on Instagram on her spam account just because I just didn't remember to. Like, it wasn't like crossing my mind or anything. And she still views my stories even though she doesn't view, like, she doesn't follow me. So then she basically added me on Snap and then got into my TikTok DMs and was just like, let's talk this out. Like, but not like let's talk this out, like let's argue. And then she literally had to block me because I clocked back in the comment section so hard. So now I saw her video on like this account, and it literally, like, the video's still up, but now it only has 2 comments, and it's her and her friend being like, oh, you ate this up, and she goes, I know, right? Like, you literally like got rid of me because you got clocked in your own comment section. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and sorry for all the drama.
Stop trusting influencers. Let this be a lesson. I was really close friends with a TikToker on here, and I have like reposted his videos, you know, like talked about him, whatever. Turns out that he's been lying to young girls about his age, including me. When we met, he told me that he was 17 years old, and I completely believed him. Come to find out yesterday that he is turning 19 next month, and he has already graduated high school. Remember that, because what I'm about to tell you makes it 10 times worse. He has graduated high school, and he was talking to a freshman girl. Flirting with, being romantic with, like they were a thing. And that girl was under the impression that he was 17 and still in school. The girl is 14. Since I called him out on the situation, he has threatened to make up lies and said that if I make a video that he will call out all of these people that I'm friends with. At first, I had brought up the fact that he graduated last year, and he told me that he graduated early, and he tried to tell me, oh, it's not that hard, like, I just finished my classes, whatever. Then I showed him the screenshots of him playing football all 4 years in high school. He did not graduate early. So not only did he lie to begin with, he also tried to lie himself out of the situation again. And on top of that, he made a video saying that he will call out anybody who is going to make a video about him. But I know myself, and I know that I didn't say anything or do anything that could be called out to him, so I'm not worried, and I will make a video because I don't think that people like that deserve to have any type of followers. And I don't care if he never even said anything. To lie to a younger girl about your age, there's obviously an intention there. And his whole excuse for why he lied after everything came out and he finally admitted it was that he wanted to fit in. You just wanted to fit in to text a younger girl. And if he wants to make up lies about it, I have screenshots. I have screenshots of everything. Especially if he wants to make videos about my friends, all of those screenshots will come out. To try to flip the conversation away from you being a literal pedophile to just trying to grasp at straws to cancel anybody else really shows that you're guilty. I found all of this out yesterday and I wanted to collect my thoughts and get as much proof as possible before I made a video about it. I was genuinely baffled because this boy I've been so close with, like we would FaceTime literally like every single day. We texted all day long. I was super close with him. I thought that I knew everything about him and I didn't. It genuinely baffles me that a high school graduate would talk to a 14-year-old freshman and not only lie about it to her, but lie about it to me, who I thought was my friend, and then continue to lie about it after I call you out on it with proof. And then on top of that, trying to manipulate me and everybody else involved, and you're trying to manipulate literal children. The people in his friend group are literally 14 years old. And I'm not trying to say that these people have no common sense. I'm a junior. I'm not that much older than them. But I will say that it's slightly easier to manipulate a 14-year-old than a 19-year-old, somebody your own age. The whole point that I want y'all to take away from this video is that you might think somebody is your bestest friend, but they could be a pedophile. I don't want to be that dramatic because he's not like a 30-year-old creep, but I'm just saying that that's genuinely illegal. And he obviously doesn't like the consequences of his actions because he's already trying to threaten people and blackmail people, especially freshman people in high school. I can't even imagine talking to a freshman, let alone if I was graduated last year. Talking to a freshman? Yeah, that's crazy. I rarely become friends with influencers online, and now I probably will be even more cautious about who I talk to. I'm just so upset because I really did love talking to that guy, and turns out that he was lying about his age. And there was no reason for him to lie to anyone unless he had intentions of pursuing them romantically. He wouldn't have to lie about his age unless what he was doing was illegal. Anyways, just thought I should let y'all know the type of information that I find out on a random Wednesday. And the fact that I was so close with him that, like, when somebody told me his actual age, I was like, no, you're lying. Like, you're lying. I don't know who told you that. You're lying. Like, I did not believe it at all. This whole situation literally disgusts me in, like, unreal ways. Because hearing about this type of thing and actually experiencing it is two different things. To find out that somebody that you talk to every single day has been lying about their age because they want to literally commit illegal acts. Not the type of information that I'm used to. But anyways, let me know if y'all have any questions. I don't really know. I've never made a video like this before, so gotta run. Bye guys, love you.
Get ready with me for school, but I'm gonna tell y'all some tea, okay? So one of my best friends finna get in a fight today, and I'm finna tell y'all why. So tell me if my best friend in the wrong or not. So my best friend was with her man in the hallway, holding hands and everything, like it was obvious like they was together. The girl come up to my friend boyfriend. She like, hey, can I get your number? Right in front of my best friend face while they still holding hands. And so of course the guy like, no, I got a girlfriend. And the girl, she look at my friend up and down and she like, I don't care, da, 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 da. I'm like, oh my god, because I'm just sitting in the background because I'm walking with them, so I'm just watching this all go down like, oh my god, this is so messy. So then my friend get mad and she like, really, you so ugly, you can't find your own man, really, like she was going off because she cool, but like if she getting played with, like she going, you know. So she was going off on this girl in the middle of the hallway. I don't think too many people was like hearing or watching, but like it was just messy as hell. They was going off on each other for like freaking 2 minutes straight. But me being the peacemaker, I was like, guys, like, stop, this isn't you. Nah, for real though, I was like, guys, like, let's just relax, let's just go to class, like, this is stupid and it's messy. And if you know me, I don't like messy shit. Like, I was really like, come on now. Okay, so after school, I wasn't there, of course, but allegedly, the girl had found my friend's Instagram and was texting her, like, screenshots of her and her boyfriend texting each other. And she was like, does your man texting my phone? Literally, her boyfriend got that girl Instagram. Crazy. Yo, that's mad disrespectful and mad shady. Like, I don't even know why he would put himself in that situation. Like, so my best friend added me to a group call with her and her boyfriend, and she crying so bad. She like, why the fuck would you get that girl Instagram? And I'm just spectating, like, I'm just in the back just being there. That's usually my role. I'm just in the back. And he was like, she forced me to, like, I didn't have a choice, da 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 da. Really? You didn't have a choice? Okay. They was just going back and forth. And then my friend was like, add the girl to the call, add the girl to the call. And of course her boyfriend was like, no, I'm not adding her, da 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 da. So I add her. Oh, was that Missy? Don't even ask me how I got her number. Leave me alone. Y'all, she joined that call and it was barbecue chicken from there. Like, oh my gosh, it was like war. Like, I ain't never seen two girls bicker over a boy like that. Like, they was bickering for 30 fucking minutes. And they was calling each other everything in the book, like bitches and sluts, like, and whores. Like, oh my god. And so then the boyfriend was like, y'all both need to chill out, like y'all both doing too much. Why the girls say we wasn't chill when we was sending each other nudes? And then proceeded to screen share them both in vanish mode, sending each other. Y'all, the whole call went silent. Like, we was gagged as hell. Cause it's like, no way. And I was just trying to break the silence. I was like, not gonna lie, like, y'all gotta hit about it. But I was joking. Like, I wasn't being like serious. But my friend was, and she was like, she was yelling. Like, she was like, when I catch them all, I'm finna whoop y'all. I'm finna whoop y'all. And today's supposed to be the day where they're supposed to fight. Now, do I think they're gonna fight? I give it, it's a 50-50 chance. Because my friend, she kind of, I don't want to say she's scary, but she definitely gives bark, no bite. But, you know, I ain't really ever seen her in that zone, so I guess we gonna see. If my best friend wasn't being serious about fighting, then that's gonna be bad. Because not only is she gonna look like a pussy, she gonna get bitched in front of everybody. I don't even know why she initiated that fight, because they two different sizes. My best friend is little as hell, and that girl is big as hell. And guess who not jumping in? Me. Like, I'm not jumping. And it's not because I'm fake either. It's because I legitimately cannot fight. I don't know what I'm doing. Look at me. I'm not jumping in no fight. Let's see this lace reveal. I kind of wanted to go for like a wet look today. I usually like the big poofy Beyonce looks, but I don't know, this wet look kind of eating. If you made it this far, comment a random animal emoji and I'll follow you back, and I may give you a shout out. Hey, fight, y'all want me to show y'all the video? I'm scared though, because like, what if my video gets taken down? Anyways, I'm going to school now. Bye guys.
Get ready with me while I do a story time on how I found out I was pregnant at 15. So starting off, we're gonna run this back all the way to beginning of December, when I went on a cruise with my little sister and my mammal to the Bahamas. So on this cruise, we went on it for a few days to the Bahamas, and I felt fine the whole entire cruise. Like, it was so much fun, and I'm underage, so I can't drink, so I had all my virgin drinks. And I think I got sick like one time, but then I took Dramamine and it was fine. The only thing I really noticed that could indicate that I was pregnant was it was supposed to be that time of the month for me on a cruise, but I never got it, so I didn't really think anything of it though, because I never keep track. But now things took a turn when we were on our way home. So we had a layover, which is 2 flights in one day, and the first flight we were on, I was completely fine. Like, I was not sick or anything, and so we were in Washington to board the plane and then go to Ohio. I was so nauseous. Like, I was asking my mammal to lay on the floor because I was so nauseous and she wouldn't let me. When we landed in Ohio and we were on our way home, I was just so tired and nauseous. I was just excited to go home because I get homesick from my mom. That's a fun fact. So I missed her and I was so tired and nauseous. And I was just like trying to get my luggage and just go home. I remember when my dad picked us up, I had to roll down my window. I was so nauseous, I was gonna puke everywhere. Over the next few days when I got home, I was super sick, but the thing was, I was only puking in the mornings, which is a huge sign that you're pregnant. I didn't think anything of it. But the weird thing is that I've been on 6 cruises, and every time I've never been sick like this, so I knew it wasn't the cruise. I then had my friend Jenna go ahead and get me a pregnancy test, because I was like, there's no way that I'm pregnant, but I'm still gonna, make sure. Next thing you know, of course, it came out positive, but I walked out and I looked at Jenna and I was like crying, but my face had a smile on it, and I was like, there's no way this is happening.
She made the biggest mistake by telling me that it could be a false positive. Because then I just thought I wasn't pregnant and it was just a false positive, but I didn't realize how rare false positives are. I then waited and then had my dad's girlfriend's daughter, Riley, get me 4 more pregnancy tests at Target. Took them all, and next thing you know, they all came back positive. Then I figured out that I was for sure pregnant. The next day I went to my mom's house and I told her. I ended up getting grounded, and then the next few months were awful. I was pretty much in and out of the ER like the next few months. I was puking my guts out, trying to manage school, dealing with issues with relationships and people and whatnot. After we got past it, like, bump in the road, it like kind of, you know, went smooth. Everyone just kind of like was supportive. I had my baby shower, my gender reveal, and it was super nice. The one thing I will say is that I appreciate all the love and support, because like it has helped me drastically these past few months, especially like just mentally, so I appreciate that. Love you guys. Now for my little haters out there that say, you could have prevented this. I know. I made some decisions that I am not proud of, but at the same time, I know a lot of people make decisions that you think would take you one way, but end up leading you a complete opposite direction. One thing I want to address is that I'm not in any way, shape, or form trying to promote teen pregnancy and say you should go get pregnant as a teen. What I am saying is that I do support the teens that end up getting pregnant accidentally and didn't know that they were going to. And I support and encourage them to like push through it, because it has been so hard. I could never imagine, like, if I didn't have my support system and my family, where I would be right now. But thank God I have amazing supporters, and it's made this process a lot easier. So I'm supporting the people that might not have that to keep pushing through it, because I promise you it will get better. Anyways, I love you guys. I appreciate everything. You guys don't know how much everything means to me. And yeah, love you guys.
Story time on how I got adopted. Also, if you're wondering why I'm speaking American right now, it's because I'm bored and I feel like it, so deal. Okay, that was fucking karma. I'm not gonna go into detail. I'm just gonna give you guys like the timeline of when I got taken away, when I was in foster care, when I got adopted, etc., etc. So when I was 3, my brother was 2, we both got taken into a foster care home, and I literally had no idea at the time that I was going into foster care. I thought that I was going to McDonald's, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how I didn't pick up on the fact that I was leaving my house for good when I saw the blue bag with all of my toys in it. A McDonald's a day keeps the delusion away. So me and my brother both live in that foster home for a year until I get separated from my brother and put into a completely separate foster home. And at the time, I don't think I processed properly that I had been taken away from my brother. Like, I was happy to be an only child. Sorry to my brother, I'm not saying his name because he won't want it to be on here, but I'm sorry if you see this. But I was so happy being an only child. I think I honestly just liked being like the little princess and being the like center of attention all the time. But then a year later, so a year after being separated from my brother, he actually comes to live with me in the foster home that I am currently in. I remember that day so vividly, but my brother was just stood at the door with his suitcase, and his suitcase had little stickers on it, and I was showing him the garden of the foster home, and we were jumping on the trampoline. It was just so wholesome, and it's a day that I don't think I'll ever forget. Then, flash forward a year later, we meet our current parents, so our family, our parents, the people that are going to adopt us, and we just kind of, like, play in the garden with them, and it's a really fun experience. I'm not gonna lie, I thought they were just people, like, coming around to play. Like, I thought I had new playmates. I thought I was living the dream, which, I mean, obviously I was, right? No, I'm kidding. But, yeah, I had no idea that the purpose that they were there was to actually adopt me and my brother. Then, flash forward a few weeks later, they actually come to, like, adopt us. The day I had to say goodbye to my foster carers from that foster home was the most emotional goodbye I think I've ever had in my entire life. Like, I was eating Maryland cookies on the way to my new home, but I literally was crying my eyes out. Like, why couldn't you just be happy? My dad was on, I think it was adoption leave. I think that's literally what it's called. So he was on adoption leave at work, and he took a year off to take care of me and my brother and, you know, get to spend time with us and make memories and stuff.
Then after the summer that we got adopted, both me and my brother went into our new primary school, which actually, low-key, guys, it was a good-ass primary school. Like, it was top fucking tier. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Like, don't get me twisted. There were parts in that primary school that I fucking hated. Like, I wanted to be out of there ASAP. But, like, low-key, when I think about it, I really do miss it because the experiences I had there were just so cool. I was low-key such a goody two-shoes though. Like, I would do everything the teacher said and they all loved me for it. But looking back, I feel like I should have taken more risks. The reason I haven't really gone too much into detail with like my trauma and stuff is because I don't really want to relive that. And I know if I bring that all to social media, people will just constantly talk about it. So I thought I'd just keep the trauma out and just give you guys like a nice little timeline of events. Anyways, yeah, that's just a clear up for the people asking me if it's fake or not. It's not. I am adopted. I'm only speaking American because I feel American today. Hakta. But, yeah. Bye, guys.
My boyfriend has been cheating on me for 2 years, and this is how I found out. For all the girls that pride themselves like I did on not going through their boyfriend's phones, this is for you. I've been with my boyfriend for 8 years, and for those 8 years, I've never gone through his phone, and it's something that I've been, very adamant about. However, if I had gone through his phone, I wouldn't have lost 2 years of my life. Actually 8, because it's the whole relationship, but 2, because I found out that he's been cheating on me for 2 years. It really is that damn phone, because I found this out in the weirdest way. So my boyfriend bought a new phone and he lost all of his contacts. So he asked me to text him so that he could save my phone number, so I did. So we're driving to my house and I text him, "Hey sexy, what's up?" He responds. I thought that this was weird, but like sometimes he's into weird shit. He actually texts and drives. But he texts saying, "Hey, can't talk right now." And I thought, okay, like he's just kidding. "Hey, can't talk right now, I'll text you in 5. That's what he says, and I interpret it as a joke. Because how can it not be a joke? As soon as we get home, he immediately runs to the bathroom and my phone lights up. He's texting me saying, "So, hey, what's up?" So I reply, not much. You? He says, "Super horny. Want to meet up tonight?" And I replied to him again at this point, like we've been together for 8 years. So I was like, there's no way this guy is actually cheating on me. And it never crossed my mind. Like I said, I trusted this guy. So I just thought, he was being funny. And I was like, why later? Why not right now? I'm horny too. And he responds, "Okay, we'll try to make it ASAP. Cool?" Okay, cool. Then he comes out of the bathroom moments later and I'm like prepared to be like, what is up with this? Like, are you for real? Do you want to like go to bed or something? Before I have time to say whatever, he immediately goes, "Hey, so I'm not feeling so good. I think I'm gonna head home." And this is where my jaw drops. He goes, "Oh, and by the way, can you actually text me so I can save your phone number? You haven't texted me yet." Who are you texting in the bathroom? I turned to him and I'm like, you're kidding, right? You have to be kidding me. Like, you cannot be for real. Like, who were you texting in the bathroom then if it wasn't me? He just says, "Oh, shit." He came clean about everything. I didn't really have to try that hard. He just told me he's been with someone else for 2 years. I don't know which one of you I like more. That's why I never said anything. She doesn't know either. I'm like, what the fuck? He looked and sounded like a robot, and I couldn't really believe it. And he still says, like, I don't know which one of you I like more. Oh, but yeah, go through your boyfriend's phones. Go through your boyfriend's phones. I'm telling you right now, go. This is your sign. Because I was stupid. I didn't. And I regret it. Because, like I said, this would have saved me years of my life. So, yeah.
Story time about the girl who literally wanted to be me. Okay, so I met this girl in my accounting class in college last semester, and we're gonna call her wannabe me because that bitch just really wanted to be me. Obviously, since we sat right next to each other, we're gonna start talking, you know what I mean? Like the first interaction we ever had, she complimented on my shoes, but it wasn't really a compliment. It was more of like, oh, like what shoes are those? Those look weird. They were literally just like Mason Margiela tabby flats. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna insert a photo here, but like no one is fashionable in my college. Okay, so I already knew people were like, oh, like, why the fuck is she wearing that? Like, oh, those are weird shoes and shit like that. I already got comments like that already. Demonic, those look demonic. That's what she said, right? And I just told her like, no, I'm like into fashion, like I don't think it has anything to do with that. He's a designer. Like, kind of telling me her life story, and she would ask me questions about myself, and I told her that I was engaged and have a fiance. Fat ass fuck on my finger, period. And you want to know immediately what she asked? Oh, how do you know that he's not gonna cheat on you? What the fuck do you mean? Girl, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, who fucking says that after you tell them that you're engaged? Like, hater, hater. And then she was like, oh, I meant like, oh, like you guys are so young. Like, how do you know that's who you want to be with? It's just like, girl, like, you're rude as fuck. I would have never said that to my fucking enemy. And then obviously I knew that she had like a man that she was with for like over 5 years. And she started saying stuff like, oh, like, I don't want a ring. Like, me and him, like, our love is too strong. Like, we don't even need a ring. Like, trying to subtly shade me. Girl, what? I already thought that that was weird, but I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm just not gonna be close with her. But she asked for my Instagram, and obviously I gave it to her, and then we kind of like left because class ended, you know what I mean? She was following me and I followed her back, obviously, because we're just acquaintance. Like, I'm just not going to be close with you because you kind of giving me red flags right now. Like, I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm good off that. So please tell me why she follows me. And then a week later, like, everything's good. Like, we still talk, but it's very like surface level. Like, it's not nothing too deep. We just talk about homework and like the assignments and shit like that. Please tell me why a week later she comes in with the same tabby shoes that I was wearing the first day, okay? The thing that got me is that same day that she wore those tabby shoes, she literally copied one of my Instagram outfits. Like, girl, I'm not even talking about, oh, she was wearing the same mini skirt and a like kind of the same top. No, I'm talking about she literally copied it from the T. And I was like thinking to myself, like, this girl basically copied my whole swag. And the kicker to it is, the first thing that she said to me was like, oh, like, look, he got me like a promise ring. Girl, what? Who are you competing with? Who are you? You're not competing. Girl, are you in your head competing with me? The fuck are you talking about? We started having a conversation and she was like, oh, where do you think you want to have your wedding like done and shit like that? And I was just like, oh, I really want to go to Italy to have it done. I visited Italy like one time and I just thought it was so beautiful and I love Lake Como. Like, it's just such a I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm a Star Wars whole. Okay. And then she was like, no way, I want my wedding in Italy. Like, I want it done in Italy. The shit that she said that really pissed me off was her being like, oh, well, let's see who gets the wedding first in Italy. Like, if this shit was a fucking race, girl, I don't know you. Why are you secretly competing with me? Girl, what? I asked her about the shoes and I was like, oh, I thought those shoes were demonic. Like, why are you wearing them now? I thought you hated them. She literally said verbatim, oh, I seen you wear them, but like, I feel like I look better in them. Girl, what? The thing is with this girl is everything that she says that's rude, she has a smile on her face. Like she kind of acts like she's being nice, but she'll say the most condescending, rude ass shit ever. And I kind of distanced myself from her and like never spoke to her ever again. So, and if you find yourself around a girl that's like this, babes, please run away, far away from her, because she's literally competing with you. Okay, this is the finished makeup routine. I did just post an in-depth makeup tutorial on YouTube, so please go subscribe. The link is in the bio. I will be posting more videos on YouTube as well. As always, I love you guys so much. Bye!
What is this?
I have to be quiet though because everybody's leaving. It's like 4:40 and I have to leave for school at 7:20. I'm gonna go take a shower and get on my uniform and I'll be back. So today I'm gonna be telling y'all like some stories about my school, like how weird it is. It's a private school. I need to cover this because it like says my school name on it. So first thing is that we are not allowed to wear really any form of jewelry. Earrings, it has to be stud and it can only be one. And necklaces, it can only be a cross or a religious necklace. All the girls wear like random stuff anyway, like nobody cares. Another thing is that our shoes have to be black. They have to be all black or they have to be all white, otherwise you get a detention. We have this thing called iReady on the computer and you have to have 75 now, it used to be 60, 75 minutes on reading and math, like activities by the end of the week, otherwise you get a detention in the next week. A funny thing is that if you look up our school on like Google and you look at the reviews, They be saying, oh, they whip us, don't go to the school, the food is like expired. It's true though, the expired part. So I used to go to this after school program that they started at my school, and me and my friend, we were just chilling. It was snack time and we were eating in the cafeteria with all the other grades. And this little girl is just sitting at the table like with all her other friends. I think she's in like kindergarten. And she has in this really glittery like bow, kind of like, oh. And my principal, she comes in, she's like 100 years old, bro. She comes in to like inspect everything, make sure it's going good, seeing if she can get anybody in trouble today. And she spots the little girl and I'm already like, oh no, she done for. So she goes up to the little girl and she's like, you can't have that in. She's like, take it out. So the little girl takes out her bow and my principal grabs it from her and throws it in the garbage. I just don't know that today is the eclipse. My school emailed everybody and said that you don't have to come, but if you're not gonna come, you have to write a paper on the eclipse. I don't know who they think I am because I'm not doing that. So my class for the 8th grade, you have this thing where on the outside of the classroom we have this kind of like wall and it has all of our photos on it. So some random day came along and they were gonna take our photos, but if you didn't want to take it then, you could upload you could send our teacher like an appropriate one for them to put up. And the pictures are in the hallway, so it's for everyone to see. So it's awkward. So this girl that I'm friends with, let's call her Carly, she doesn't want to take the photo, or she doesn't like her photo, so she says she's gonna go send my teacher one after school. So she sends the photo and my teacher like prints it out and puts it out on the board outside her classroom. I guess my principal was walking by when she saw it and she pulled Carly out. So she pulls Carly out and they have a talk. My principal is like outraged because Carly was wearing lip gloss in the photo. She gives her this whole long talk about like, who are you trying to impress? Like, why are you trying to impress the boys by putting on all that? She was literally wearing lip gloss. So she makes her take it down and she has to retake the whole photo. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about one crazy teacher. He obviously got fired, but his name was Mr. George. Okay, so Mr. George, he's huge. He has his beard and he always wears a braid. My school is a Catholic school, so they're very like homophobic and stuff, but he always wore like pink Hello Kitty masks and people would always give him like weird looks. So it was summer school and he was our summer school teacher for that year. He would always kind of like give the girls special treatment. I don't know if it was because like me and the other girl who were there were like quiet and we didn't do anything, but so he would randomly call on people who obviously didn't know the answer. And I know all teachers do this, but then he would yell at them when they didn't know it. He spat in this guy's face. He was like getting all up on him. He was spitting on him and he knocked his desk over. And apparently him and Miss Gracie were, if you watched my last story time, you know who that is. But then people are saying Miss Gracie is lesbian. So this kid in 2nd grade, Philip, he was definitely something. He definitely had like learning issues and stuff, and when we come back from recess, he would have rocks and he would be munching on them behind me. But that's besides the point. One time he was having a tantrum during like quiet reading time, and the old school counselor, this old guy, he looks like Santa, he pulled him out of the classroom. He didn't he physically pulled him. Like Philip was like lying on the floor, he was dragging him by his legs. Philip was grabbing onto the legs of the desk trying not to get pulled. He was pulling him, and then he dragged him down the stairs. I don't know if that was even like legal, like can you even do that? But anyway, let me know if other schools do this, but we stopped, like we weren't allowed to have recess after 5th grade. Like that was the last year we could have it. It's early, so I can't think of any more stories, but there's definitely more. So now I need to talk about something that I totally forgot to talk about. I'm so sorry. I just want to say thank you so freaking much for all the attention, likes, and like positivity I got on my last story time. I was actually not expecting that at all. Like I went to bed and it was at like 18K, the video, and I woke up and it was at 230K. Like what the hell? You don't understand how much this means to me because I've always dreamt of being an influencer, because like ever since I was young, I always loved to watch people online like that. And I always wanted to be like them, so that's kind of been my like little dream since I was young. And like for the followers too, like I was at 20 yesterday and now I'm at like 1,000. Like that's crazy. I thought it was gonna take me months to get there, but like I reached this milestone like that because of y'all. I also want to thank you guys so much for all the sweet comments that I got on that video. It was so nice. And yes, I know I looked a little bit yellow, maybe not a little bit, a lot yellow in that video. That was actually just because of my vanity. I'll show you right now. So my vanity has 3 modes. This is the white one, and then this is the normal one, and then this is the warm one. It's yellow, so it makes me look yellow too. So I promise you my makeup is not that yellow. And if you see on all my other videos, like my skin tone is normal. Somebody asked me what race I am. I'm multiracial. I'm Puerto Rican, Mexican, and Nigerian. And on my story time, someone was like, I can't tell if this is satire or not. I don't know why it would be satire. That's like a genuine story that happened. And I know I might have sounded like cocky or something talking about that, but like I just wanted to tell the story because like I felt like, you know, it was a fun thing to talk about. And I was saying it was traumatizing. I always say that as a joke. I'd be like, oh my gosh, this is so traumatizing. Like, I'm sorry y'all did not understand. By the way, hot take, the e.l.f. Power Grip is so good for your eyebrows. I don't know, it works for me. For the story time, when I was like story time where like I got attention for being pretty, some girl, she was like, I think you mean ugly. Like, obviously I was expecting hate comments because I mean, it's the internet, what can you do? But some of them were just so silly. Like, I don't know, I felt like it was obvious that I was yellow because of my lighting. I don't know what else to talk about, so I think that's it. But I love you, Pookie, so much, and have a great day.
When I was 13, I made the worst decision of my life. It traumatized me so much. I'm now 19 and I regret it every day. I decided to move away from my family to a completely different city 2 hours away and live in an apartment with 2 girls I barely knew, one of them I had never met, to pursue gymnastics more seriously. The way this worked is Monday through Friday, we had gymnastics and we would do like school upstairs online. And then every night a different parent would come stay with us in our 1-bedroom apartment. And then at the end of the week on Friday, we would all go back home and then drive back up to the apartment Sunday night. So I would see my mom like once or twice a week, and then some of Friday, all of Saturday, and some of Sunday. Why she let me do this, I have no idea. Also, all 3 of us were about the same age and I was in 8th grade. The only good thing that came out of this is I met one of my best friends who was the girl I didn't know. The gym environment ended up being absolutely traumatizing and we were all being abused. Things went south pretty quick. We were all crying multiple times a day. We would cry before practice, we would cry at night anticipating practice, we'd cry after practice, and our parents were like, you made this decision, like you gotta stick to it, but I don't think they knew how bad it was. We all started to experience panic attacks and we just wanted to be home. I absolutely hated like every second there, and I'm pretty sure they did too. I have so many stories of just whack, horrible things that happened there. But like I said, there was one good thing that came out of it, and that was meeting my best friend, and she was the girl that I didn't know when I first moved in. We became inseparable like super quick. We did everything together, and when we weren't at practice or worrying about practice, we were like laughing. The whole time we were supposed to be doing school, we would be laughing. Like, I never laughed harder than I did with that girl. We would have movie nights like all the time, and since we were all staying in the same bedroom, we ended up making a fort underneath our beds because they were all touching, and we'd watch movies under there. My best friend ended up bringing her cat, and we also had a hamster. That hamster is a story for a different time, but we had so much fun having like the cat there. We were definitely all trauma bonded because we went through so much together. I still talk to the girl I was best friends with. I actually FaceTimed her the other night, and she's my best friend I've ever had in my entire life. I wish I could have met my bestie in a different way because the damage was so not worth it. This entire thing lasted over a year, so let me know if you want more stories from this time in my life because I have so many.
Hey little boys.
Where's your shirt?
I like it this way. I'm gonna take my pants off in 5, 4,
1.